Only a bachelor knows how difficult it is to find a house for bachelors in the city. I have also come to that bachelor problem. I got an opportunity to study in a public university in the city this year, but there is no hostel on the forehead. So now I am looking for a house to stay at home. A lot of house is very empty, but who will rent me? Everyone says that the house is not rented without a wife and children. Since childhood, I thought that I would never marry. Wife means another pain. But now it seems that getting married as a student is a wise thing to do. Having a wife brings many benefits. Even if you don't get any benefits, at least you don't have to suffer so much for a living room today. Stay these things. It is not possible to marry now. So no matter how hard it is to find a house to stay in. Meanwhile, it is almost afternoon. New to town, so don't know the neighborhood well or know anyone here. So I took the road and entered the house looking for an empty house. Getting anywhere but that one bachelor's problem. There are no empty houses anywhere. Meanwhile, nothing has been eaten since morning, so the body is completely tired. I realized that if I walked a little further I would faint. So I thought I went to a tea shop and eat anything like tea, bread. Then I went to a nearby tea shop and sat down to eat tea and bread. 4 uncles were sitting next to me, drinking tea and chatting. They looked like they might live in this area. So I thought if I told them about my problem, maybe they could manage a house. But I'm quite averse to talking to strangers. Even after overcoming the conflict, I told them about my problem. At first, they laughed at my problem. Then he said jokingly, "Are you a bachelor? Ha ha ha, bachelor. There is no place in this city but rejection. No one will rent you a house. You can't stay anywhere else except that Chowdhury's ghost house. Ha 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 ha." By saying these, they started laughing again. I was outraged to see them having fun. But the people said again, that Chowdhury's ghost house. I must have a house. I have no problem with ghost houses or anything dark things, because I don't believe in them at all. Then I told them with much curiosity, "Is there really a house for bachelors here? What did you say about the name of the house? Chowdhury's ghost house? I must have a home to live in. Ghost, demon does not matter. Please give me the address of the house." "Do you really want to go to that house?" I said. "Why not?" "Well, then listen. It will take 15 minutes to walk along the straight road. Then you will see 3 lanes together. Then you will continue to walk along the number 3 lane. You will see a house at the head of the street. Quite lonely. That house is the house of Chowdhury's ghost." After that, I thanked them and continued to walk the way they told me. They looked at me in surprise. They thought I might be scared by the name of the ghost house, and I will change the topic. But on the contrary, they were quite surprised to see my interest and curiosity. I was quite surprised. Even these days it would be hard to understand that anyone could believe in ghosts without seeing them. Even from the city again. Then I thought maybe they had fun seeing my rural appearance. After walking for 15 minutes, I came in front of 3 lanes. Then, as they said, I started moving forward by taking the number 3 lane. I saw a house right at the head of the street. The house was quite deserted. I realized that this may be the ghost house of Chowdhury, but seeing the house from the outside, I doubted. Does anyone really live inside the house? By this time, it is almost evening. Then with a lot of courage, I entered the house through the big gate of the house. When I entered, I saw an old man on a cane chair under a bell tree in the yard, reading a book in the moonlight with thick glasses. I felt quite relieved to see the man. "Let's not this house of ghosts. Someone lives here." Then, overcoming some fear, I coughed loudly to attract the old man's attention, greeted the man, and asked, "Well, is it Chowdhury's ghost house?" The old man looked at me with raised eyebrows. His face looks like he is quite angry. After closing the book and placing it on the chair, he took a supportive stick from the side of the chair and came towards me. Then he said to me with red eyes, "Reluctant, rude. How dare you call this house a haunted house? I will break your arms and legs with a stick. Do you know me? I am Chowdhury, and this is my home. There are no ghosts here. This is my lovely home." "So sorry, grandfather, I did not understand. I am new to this area. I live in the village. I came to study in the city, but no one wants to rent a house as a bachelor. The people of this area said that this is the ghost house of Chowdhury. You can actually stay the night here, I said. Grandpa, did you call me Grandpa? Okay, sit here. Let's talk with you. Well, Grandpa, how long will you stay in this house? I am not sure actually, Grandfather. I may stay till I get a seat in the college hostel. Well, stay. The whole house is empty. I can stay wherever I want. Just take care of the food. That's right. But Grandfather, such a big house. If the rent will be a lot? No. Who told you about the rent? You called me Grandfather. Do you need to rent to live with your grandfather? Stay in this house as long as you like. No problem. Even to stay alone all day, I was completely exhausted. A story companion is now available. That's right. But why do you live alone in such a big house? Do you have no one else in this world? And why does everyone call this house Chowdhury's ghost house? A lot of big events. Will you listen? Where is my hurry? You can say slowly. Then listen. My name is Kamlesh Chowdhury. I was once a great businessman. I was busy all day with various activities. After that, I got rid of my busyness and married a girl. Then I had 3 sons. I educated all 3 well and got them married. I got old too. Then I divided the property, business, and money among all 3 sons. I just kept this house to myself. The boys may have become a little more educated. So they didn't like the country anymore. They went abroad, leaving me and your grandmother alone in the country. And they don't even check us. But we both have such a bad life alone. Both of us were having a good time in this house. Although your grandmother dreamed that our son's wife and grandchildren will all be together one day. But the selfish children never looked for. Although we spent our days well, many people had bad eyes towards our house. Many people wanted to buy our house. But I don't sell the house to them. Tell me how to sell. I have thousands of memories in this house. So they threatened us in various ways. And there was no one beside us. I woke up one night and saw your grandmother lying next to me in a bloody state. His head burst and the blood almost congealed. I got up. Then I tried to catch your grandmother, but I could not catch her. Then I went out of the house and called people, but no one can hear me scream. After going to your grandmother again, I saw that your grandmother was not lying alone in bed. Another bloody body is lying next to your grandmother's body. That body is no one else's. My body. I realized that I was dead. My wife and I were killed, but our soul was not freed because of our death. Since then, we have been cursed in this house. They buried our dead bodies under this big tree. I laughed so loudly. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ho. He he he. Grandpa told a great story. At first I thought you were telling the truth. Now see if you fool me. Are you dead? I'm totally scared. Ha 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 ha. You first said you live alone in this house, and now you brought grandmother with you again. You tell great stories, but Grandpa, I will listen to your funny stories every day. Although there is no twist in the story. Absolutely simple story. Grandpa says, you don't believe me. I'm really dead. I'm not kidding with you. I lied to you first so you wouldn't be afraid. Oh well, is that so? So how are you talking to me after dying? This is my soul. Look, there's no point in messing with me. I do not believe in ghosts, and if your soul is here after you die, then grandmother's soul is supposed to be here too. Where is her soul? Ha 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 ha. Did you get caught? She is inside the house. At first I was amused by hearing the old man, but then the old man's words began to seem true to me. The fear in my mind is gradually increasing. After that, increasing the fear in my heart, an old woman slowly walked out of Chowdhury's house. The old woman's head is still pouring blood. The woman looks like she just got hit on the head. I stood up with all my strength, then looked at the old man. Now I was more surprised to see the old man. The old man's head is bleeding profusely. He also looks like someone just hit his head. But even a little while ago when I was talking to the old man looked completely normal. Now I am more afraid. I began to believe they are not normal people. They are souls. In fear, my blood starts to run cold. My hair stands up, and a terrible tingling starts in the body. Then the old man and the old woman started walking towards the big tree holding each other's hands. I stared blankly at them. I could not believe my eyes. Then I suddenly asked the old man with fear, "Well, ghost grandfather, you are dead. Why don't you go?" Then the ghost grandfather looked back and replied, "Our souls will not be freed until those who killed us are dead." Who killed you? Why don't you kill them? We cannot kill them. But why? Because our beloved 3 sons killed us. The house is very valuable. 2 of our lives more valuable than. After talking so much, the old man and the old woman disappeared into the big tree. Then when I regained consciousness, I saw that I was lying in the courtyard of this Chowdhury's ghost house. I quickly got up and searched the whole house to see if anyone was there, but I did not find anyone in the whole house. Then I remembered all the events that happened that night. I stood there wondering if everything that happened to me that night was real, or just my hallucination.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. It's free. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon for update mysterious paranormal videos.